Hey everybody. So today I want to talk to you about a couple of devotionals that I just read out of the book My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. I've had it for a long time, but I recently picked it up again. And there was a little series of like 4 devotionals in there that I thought were just fantastic and really spoke to me. So I just wanted to share a little bit about it. So the devotional is set up by day. So by, like February 21st, February 22nd. Of course, you could read it however you want, but the series of like these 4 little devotionals was taking the initiative. And so the first one was taking the initiative against depression. And of course, that is so timely here in Ohio when it's gray and dreary in the middle of February. But he referenced 1 Kings 19:5 about when Elijah was just in despair. Remember, he was sitting there just in the dumps, and the angel of the Lord appeared to him. And basically, the angel told him to get up and eat. And I have a feeling that the way the angel told him was like, get your butt up off the ground and get something to eat so you don't die. I don't think he was coddling Elijah. But so what Oswald Chambers says is that the angel did not do anything or say anything remarkable. He told Elijah to do a very ordinary thing, to get up and eat. How often, I don't know if you all ever get blue, but I certainly do. And it's like I have no motivation to do anything, well, actually, except to eat. But I have no motivation to do anything. Even like, the normal, ordinary things like get up, take a shower, go work out, get dressed, go work out. He says depression is part of the human experience. If we were not capable of depression, we would have no capacity for happiness. And that is so on point. Depression tends to turn us away from the everyday things of God's creation. Whenever God steps in, however, he inspires us to do the most natural and simple things we wouldn't imagine God was in. But as we do them, we find him there. And I just thought that was, it just struck a chord with me, because the things that God asks us to do, or the things that God is a part of, it always is the ordinary things. It always is those small steps, those small acts. But of course, then he transforms them into something so much bigger. Then the next one was against despair. And he was talking about when the disciples were in the Garden of Gethsemane with Jesus, and they fell asleep, and, they woke up and just felt horrible. And he says, the sense of having done something irreversible tends to make us despair. This is also a very human experience. But this is what I love. Jesus comes to us and in essence says, that opportunity is lost forever. You can't change that. But get up and let's go on to the next thing. Let the past sleep, but let it sleep in the sweet embrace of Christ. And let us go into the invincible future together. That also really spoke to me, because there are so many things that we can have despair about because we can't do anything about them. And, I love that he says, right, it's past. There's nothing to do about that. That's a missed opportunity. But let that go. Jesus has that. He is going to take care of it. Let's walk into the future with Christ. And he said, never let the sense of your past failure defeat your next step. So, I just love that. I love that thought. And then the third one in the series wasn't quite so emotion provoking, but it is Isaiah 61, and then where Jesus is washing the disciples' feet. It's taking the initiative against drudgery. And, Jesus washing the disciples' feet was such a menial task. He says, drudgery is one of the finest tests to determine the genuineness of our character. Drudgery is work that is far removed from anything we think of as ideal work. It is the menial work. The inspiration of God is required if drudgery is to shine with the light of God on it. The way a person performs a task can make it sanctified and holy forever. When God does something through us, he always transforms it, and he transforms us in the process. So it doesn't matter. I remember being a young mom, and gosh, just all the household work. I had come home from a career, and it was constant laundry and house cleaning, and it just seemed so menial. And don't get me wrong, I am so thankful I got to stay home with my children. But it just didn't seem like I was doing important work. And it was at a Women of Faith conference. I heard, I forget who it was that spoke, but, she said that as moms, we're invisible. The things that we do are invisible, but what we are building is this magnificent, I forget the term she used. It wasn't a monument, but the work, we are building something magnificent by doing all the tasks that day in and day out. And that is so true. And I think that is a prime example of where God takes the menial tasks of changing dirty diapers, of washing the clothes, of mopping the floors and cooking dinner, and and he makes it something amazing when he transforms it. And then the last one was, again, taking the initiative against daydreaming. And he talks about daydreaming, basically about just thinking about something that we know we need to do and just procrastinating because we don't want to do it. Either we're afraid, or we're afraid we're going to do it wrong, or we think that we don't have what we need yet. And, he says, God's blessing is not on those things we should be doing. We know to do, but we are procrastinating. We get so caught up in the planning instead of the doing. And I think this happens in every area of life. So anyway, I thought those 4 devotionals, I don't know if he meant them to be a little series, but I happened to read 2 one day and 2 the next, and they just really struck me. And so I wanted to share that with you. I think that you should find his book, My Utmost for His Highest. Check it out and see what you think. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.